Las Vegas. It's a city where the party never stops. A place where the amazing food and fun are second only to the can't-miss shows. And tonight, for one night only, we have the hottest ticket in town. Live from World of Concrete, we have the heaviest of heavyweight bouts on our hands. In one corner, we have Michael McMurray and Kenyon Taylor, winners of our slab resurfacing and shower pan challenges. And in the other corner, David Rose and Mike Hill, winners of our step repair and slab pour race challenges. Both teams have laid it all on the line twice, and both have emerged victorious. But you are only as good as your last win, and tonight we'll find out who wants it more. It all comes down to this: the final battle to crown the ultimate concrete champion. This is Concrete Combat. Welcome to Concrete Combat, live from World of Concrete. I'm your host, Brittany Goodwin. Now, back in the Concrete Coliseum, we saw teams come and go, challengers rise and fall. We saw the joy of victory and the crushing weight of defeat. And it has all come down to this. Today, live and in person, we will find out which team will rise above the rest to be crowned the ultimate concrete champion. But first, let's meet our judges. We have Mike Day of Day's Concrete Floors, Dave Endries, our Old Castle masonry expert, and Dirk Tharp, our Sakrete concrete expert.
On behalf of the judges, we want to thank all of you for showing up. This is a live event, and you're a wonderful audience. We're going to have a good time today.
Okay, well, who's excited to bring in our challengers? We have the winners of our slab restoration and shower pour challenges, Concrete Mike and Kenyon Taylor.
Michael McMurray, President, Concrete Mike LLC.
Kenyon Taylor, Concrete Mike, Superintendent.
And we have their challengers, the winners of our step repair and slab pour race challenges, Mike Hill and David Rose.
Here we go.
Mike Hill. It's my title.
Laborer.
Grunt, Rose and Son Concrete Construction.
Nah, that's not real.
Mike Hill, Vice President, Rose and Son Concrete Construction.
Dave Rose, President, Rose and Son Concrete Construction.
All right, challengers, welcome to the grand finale of Concrete Combat. How are we feeling?
Good.
Great.
Ready to rock and roll.
Good?
Ready to go.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're feeling great now. Let's see how you're feeling once we reveal your final challenge as concrete combatants. Go ahead and prepare to remove your tarps.
When I woke up this morning, knowing today's the event, I had some butterflies in my stomach.
I didn't feel a little nervous, but I've been doing this all my life.
A little bit of butterflies because this one's live, but you know what? Am I ready for the challenge today? I didn't come here not to be ready.
And remove your tarps. So, of course, for our grand finale, we had to go big. And what is bigger in concrete than a drainage culvert?
These are all easy.
Now, of course, drainage culverts have to be huge for a reason. They have to be strong and sturdy, able to withstand years of wear and pressure when they're buried underground as integral parts of waterway infrastructure projects. But of course, these culverts here before you are not quite up to code. Your challenge today will be to restore the structural defects on your respective culverts. This includes blemishes, cuts, chips, cracks, and some water damage, for good measure. You will be judged on the following criteria: speed, how quickly are you able to complete your challenge? Aesthetics, how good does your work look? Cost, are you able to complete the job on a reasonable budget? Execution, none of this matters if you didn't do the work right. And in a final twist that involves our audience support. Which of you teams can flex your gladiatorial muscles and win over the crowd? Yeah.
It feels good that people cheer for you.
We don't walk onto a concrete driveway and people go, oh yeah, Dave and Mike are here,
Yeah,
let's go,
it's
boys.
usually, how much longer?
Oh yeah, when can I drive on it?
Challengers, you will have 30 minutes to complete this supersized challenge. And time
100% we're ready, for sure.
We're ready to rock.
No problems.
starts
It's real now. This is it. Time to show up, Mike.
now.
So in the previous challenges, I've learned that time is always an issue.
Let's get it.
This one, restricting it half amount of the time is just going to be huge.
You getting these stuff, right?
Yep, I'm getting you the stuff.
Back home, I studied all that material to know my set times, working times, to help give me more confidence to choose the right material for the task that we would be doing.
You think they'll be able to do it in 30 minutes?
I think it's going to be a tough one for them, but these guys are professionals.
Yeah, they're good.
So judges, what would you say would be the best way to approach this challenge and get started?
They got to make sure all the repairs are clean first, right? No loose debris. Everything's got to be clean and mint and ready to prep, which you can see Mike's over here doing it already.
And we're doing totally different approaches here. That's smart. What Mike's doing there is there's some exposed parts from the stressing of the culvert. He's chipping around to make sure that thin or everything can grip it.
Now, do each of these culverts have pretty similar damage?
They do. Somehow, somebody with a sledgehammer made sure there's equal damage.
All right.
Compared to the other challenges, it was kind of hard. We was live, and the other guys, it was good. They won competitions, but we just had to get together and go with it.
Here you're seeing SSD condition before he starts.
I see a different technique over here.
Yes. Kenyon is using an acrylic bonder, painting the wounds, for lack of a better word, and that's called a primer to help it stick. Mike, in your world, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it both ways. If I have the primer, I usually go with a primer. Yeah, but if I don't, if I'm stuck, then definitely the SSD.
Yeah, to be clear, products they're using today, they don't require primer. Most of them don't require, but it doesn't hurt a thing. It's optional if you are using a material that doesn't contain it already.
I think what put us in an advantage at this challenge is just the fact that we've worked together for so long. It's really watery, man.
Huh?
It's really watery. And we trust each other.
It's too watery.
I know it's way too watery. That's what I just got done saying.
Oh, my apologies.
He knows my strong points. I know his strong points. Give me a scoop.
Yeah.
That's I mean, we know what each other are doing the whole time, and there's never a question.
So it looks like one team's choosing to go with the cement mix patch first. And then this team over here is using the blue label.
That water's ice cold. I felt through the gloves, the water was very cold. And I right away said, no, I don't need to use cold water, I need hot water. Cold water is gonna slow my mud down.
Notice they're just mixing it with water, no one's adding anything.
Then I remembered I had bottled water sitting there, and I used bottled water to go into my mix instead of the ice cold water.
Mike, it's got to be a little thicker, Mike.
Yeah.
The worry we had a really big corner that was chipped out. It takes so much time for concrete to set up that was going to be a challenge.
Holy Dave. 7 minutes are gone.
And then we had a lip on the bottom that had nothing underneath to hold it up. It was just like gravity was going to pull it down.
24 minutes left. Time flies when you're doing this.
30 minutes is not a long time.
It is not. That's why you're champion caliber.
Really got to be stiffer,
The
Mike.
thing is, it does take time. You can't just slap these materials on. They have to tighten or they reactivate. Dave's technique is to get everything with an initial coating so it can start tightening, and then he can come back and get the edges right. Meanwhile, Concrete Mike has a different plan, and he's getting ready to attack it now.
But put us at advantage. I do covers a lot. I do a lot of rubbing, patching. I feel confident that I can win today. Me and him together, we always do a perfect job.
You good over there?
Yeah, time was the critical element because this challenge was a lot like the stair challenge, but we had half the time.
This overhead just does not want to stick, dude.
It's a little bit different technique when, Mike's over here using a hand trowel and a margin trowel.
Yeah.
Now, watching Mike over here working on that corner, that kind of reminded me of the step repair challenge that we had. How difficult is it with that kind of hand molding and those corners?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on how deep and thick it is, really. I mean, if it's real thick, you got to do it in layers. If it's not too bad, you might be able to get it in one shot, but these are deep enough where he's doing it in a few layers here.
How we doing, Dave?
Good, you?
Loving it, baby, loving it.
Well, Dirk, we are about 10 minutes in. Do you want to take the time now to step out and
Sure.
into the field and evaluate the work that's been doing?
How are we doing there, Dirk?
Good methodology, guys.
Okay.
We're using some very technical tools for some of the hands. The most technical tool the Lord ever created.
That's exactly right.
And your best friend, the margin trowel. Guys, your pace is really good.
I don't think so.
Well, 19 minutes left.
I don't remember him even being there. I mean,
You know, they put blinders on horses that are in races for a reason.
And that's all Pro Mix accelerated, the red stripe, right,
is
guys?
correct.
Keep it up. I'll leave you alone. Mr. Kenyon.
I remember him walking up, but our focus back on working.
And you're using, both of you guys are using the Concrete Repair Pro Mix Blue Stripe, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
The time was ticking down. I ain't got time to talk to him.
Yeah, I like the blue a little better because a couple minutes fast setter than the red.
So blue doesn't make you blue. Well, guys, good job. I'm gonna get out of your way. 18 minutes.
Now that you've had a chance to inspect, would you say that one team has a leg up at this point, or how's it looking?
I'm gonna say there's a corner over here that's not been addressed yet. I'd get on that. These guys, there's a good pattern in the attack. They're getting initials on everything, and then you'll see them go back around. And that's, in real life, what you would do, especially with this type of material.
Very systematic.
Yes.
Is what I really appreciate.
The neat thing is both these teams are doing the right approach, which is let it set, let it alone.
I think the most difficult thing was the corners, to get the edges right, and you get it shaped up and you leave it alone. Some people work it, and they just end up falling down. So that's the pretty much difficult thing to work with.
And we see Concrete Mike jumping in on this corner now, so that's
Yeah, he's starting that corner.
We were so involved in what our task was, I actually forgot about the crowd. And I'm like, oh, I gotta stop and go and talk to the crowd to let them know I need your help. My boys, where's the team out here? Concrete Mike.
Number one.
Got to bring the crowd into it.
We need some crowd in it. That's right.
Crowd interaction.
I forgot about the crowd. I was focused on working, man. I had to get them corners perfect.
Now, competitors, your time is just over halfway done.
We ain't through yet. We got to hurry and get through.
All right, that overhead is done.
okay.
Is that material this stiff as
The most challenging thing for us was that huge corner we had.
Dude, this corner's not setting up.
All right. All right, I'll get to it.
So we had issues with the concrete sagging and not wanting to set. And I think one of the major reasons why we had those issues is because the mixed water was super cold. Water temperature has a direct correlation to set time. So that had an effect on how our materials were acting.
I know, I'll get it.
All right, that's ready for a sponge, basically.
Time's flying by.
Oh, it really is. Yeah, it really is, bro.
I'm not even working and the time is flying by, so.
But what I like is that they're not phased by the pressure. They're very deliberate
Or if
by
they
what
are,
they're
they're
doing.
just not showing.
Very deliberate, very systematic, working through, getting the repairs done, getting it done right.
It's like they're professionals or something.
Almost like that, right? Yeah. It'd be hard to call right now until we see the final results.
Absolutely.
I hate to say this, I lost my margin trowel.
Huh?
My margin trowel.
This stuff's gonna set up on them if they don't get it all out of the bucket in time. He's getting the sponge out now. He's getting ready to do some finishing touches on his and making it look good.
Good technique over here. See how he's shaving that?
Yep.
Just gonna do it soft. I still gotta work this a little and this. I gotta let that set.
Concrete Mike's got he's got his sponge out now
Yeah,
too.
already going.
Well, Dirk and Mike, we're just about at the 10-minute mark, and I do believe we have one final twist for our teams. Is that correct?
We do. Mike?
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. All right, Dirk and Mike coming out into the field. Audience, don't be afraid to give some support to your teams.
What are you doing?
We're introducing the little surprise.
Uh-oh. They're gonna open up the Hoover Dam.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, there she goes.
What are you guys doing?
Oh,
That
we got
pipe
water,
is leaking.
Some
Mike.
water through that hole.
Water stop. We're in trouble. I mean, we're behind right now. Now we got to throw that in the mix. So And I think I said to Mike, I said, I don't have time. You got to handle that.
But the problem is it wasn't just a little trickle. It was a fair amount of water. So you have to mix the material at the right consistency to be able to plug that hole and then get it patched enough, to stop that leak. Otherwise, it just finds its way through there.
Mike, your pipe's leaking too.
Ain't mentioning that about no water.
So they now will have to repair that hole while it
They're going to need to stop the
functioning
leak
leak.
because that water will get into the repairs. It's an emergency.
No extra pressure, guys. No extra pressure.
You good? You good, Mike?
I got that hole.
All right.
You take care of everything else.
All right.
When we see the water, like one of us got to patch that. So Mike, since I'm good with the edges, you fix that part and I continue fixing everything else.
So how are they going to fix that, this new challenge we've introduced?
Well, both teams are using the right answer, which is Sakrete Leak Stop. It's a hydraulic cement specially designed to stop flowing water. Concrete Mike is making basically a snowball, for lack of a better word, and he's going to force it into the hole, and it will actually stop that running water.
If this was you, Mike, is this how you would do it?
Same product, same technique. They're both doing the same thing. That's what I would have done too.
This actually happens often. The infrastructure in cities, there's always a leak that actually comes through the pipes underground, and this is the type material that they go down the manhole cover and get down there and fix the leak.
Thank God I had my wife in the stand, so she kept telling me how much time was left.
I'm back. Leak stopped. You want me to sponge anything?
No, put more on this corner. But I kind of just felt like, don't worry about the time, even though it was a huge issue. Just make whatever you're doing as best as you can do it.
You need more material?
Probably a little bit. We don't have time. We got to get some more stuff on there.
Dude, you can't. That's sagging already.
Yeah, but put some dry up there. Whatever I have left, I'll deal with the corner, but let's try to make everything else pretty much locked on.
Dude, this corner's it's just not setting. And this goes to how much we work together and how well we work together, because my focus turned into the same thing. That corner was a big issue. We both knew that. It was make sure that everything else was right.
All right. Contestants, you have 5 minutes left. Audience, cheer on your favorite team. 5 minutes, guys. We can do this.
Push it. 5-second rule, Mike.
Crowd, have me drop my bucket.
This corner ain't happening.
All that love.
Finishing touches, last 5 minutes. They got everything patched.
5 minutes is a lot of time. Sitting here it is, sitting there it's not.
Yeah.
So, we're going to get this.
Yeah, this patch is.
All right, just let it sit for a second.
There ain't no seconds.
They've made really good time.
Think about the lips, because this in real life would connect that to that.
Oh, you got a good point. This is a female and male application here.
Correct.
They're designed to go together.
Yes.
So if they don't do their patch correctly, then you could have a potential leak.
Right.
You know, you're going to have some issues there.
That's
So
part
this
of
is
what we're going
critical.
to inspect.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mike,
Yeah.
give me your trowel. Find
Where's
mine.
yours?
I don't know.
Jesus, Dave. How the do you lose a trowel?
3 minute mark. 3 minutes. 3 minutes 6.
Yep.
I'm going to have to fix this with a sponge.
Again, I just love the way these teams are working together. You know,
They have pretty silent communication, too. You
And
can
you
tell
know-
that they're teams that have worked together.
Being the lack of smack talking, that lets you know that,
Yeah, they're pretty
that
serious
this is a serious. This is a 30-minute for real challenge.
2 minutes, teams. We are just inside of 2 minutes. Keep up the great work, you guys. I think this is going to be a really tough one to call.
Oh yes.
Oh, Brittany, I think you're right. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the one that has to make the decision. 1 minute,
Mike, give
guys.
me a little
1
bit
minute.
more.
Cheer him to victory.
A lot you can do in 1 minute.
Oh, look at that time.
You guys need a hand?
We're in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble. We're done
Good
with
job,
this.
fellas.
Here we go. We're at 10, 9,
There ain't
8,
a damn thing we can do with this
7,
corner.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tools down.
Great job, guys. Great job.
Time's up. Brittany says 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything stops, and I'm disappointed. we have an obvious blemish that, in my opinion, is going to decide whether or not we win this competition. I mean, that corner killed us.
I was excited happy the finished look, but then I saw the water leak that I never shaved it. And when the show was already ended, and I'm like, Mike, you left the shaving of the water leak out. I hope that don't bite me in the butt.
All right, wow, that 30 minutes flew by. Congratulations on an amazing job done to both teams. You guys know the drill. Our judges are now gonna head into the field to review your work.
As the judges approach to critique our work, I have a little bit of confidence because when I looked at our hydraulic patch compared to theirs was still leaking, and ours was completely dry, and it was smooth, and everything looked good. There's a rim of hope here.
Got a shot, yeah.
How's it look under there, Derek?
That water is completely stopped.
Yeah.
All right, let's go around the sides and the front.
From the backside to where we're standing, I looked and I just looked at that last corner they had on the back, and I saw that wasn't fully finished. And right then I said, well, that gives us a big advantage.
Guys, I noticed you picked the red label foam mix. Was there any special reason for that, or?
Well, we used it in the step contest and it worked fine, but we had
And
an
the
hour.
workability of it was great.
It was good, so we just ran out. It wouldn't set.
But the water stopped.
The water stopped. Fantastic. Good job. All right, guys, we'll leave you alone and head over here to Concrete Mike and Kenyon.
Great job, guys.
Guys, let's see what you got.
Thank you, Brittany.
As I was listening to the judges talk about the finished work they were looking at, and they were complimenting a lot of it, and I was looking at the corner, I saw that wasn't correctly done to the fullest potential, but they didn't bring that out. So it got me a lot more nervous for they're not bringing that out. So I said that could be tougher for us to win this.
How's it feel under there, Derek?
The water is completely stopped as well.
Yeah.
The hot patch, a lot of heat in there.
Sharp edges, corners are built out. Yep.
Yeah, they killed us.
When I looked over and saw my competitor's finished product, I said, oh, we're in trouble.
So you guys picked the blue label. Was there any special reason for that?
Pick the blue because it sets up 20% quicker than the red.
For this application, you felt that was the better product.
Well, for 30 minutes and all these holes, I wanted the quickest set time, and the blue was definitely my go-to.
All right.
All right. We've got another set of repairs. Now, on Concrete Mike's side, you had the more repairs over here with David's team with that lip. Now we need to really inspect this lip to make sure it would seal.
That it's going to marry up properly. And even with the water that ran down here as they were fixing that hole in the side, which they fixed extremely well, yeah, we're still doing okay.
Yeah, the edge stays very sharp even with that water.
Yeah,
That's good.
look at that. Very impressive.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, I just needed to look at one more. All right, I'm good.
Challengers, let's head back to the judges' table one last time. Concrete Mike, Kenyon, thank you.
Good job.
So take a
job,
breather,
guys.
get a water
Good
as the
job.
judges make their final decision.
How about a beer?
Judges?
All right.
I mean, so for me personally, the speed is almost a wash. Technique is pretty much a wash. There's just that one little issue that you brought up on the water patch.
But then I saw the same thing on that corner over there. They were not able to get that corner shaved down, so they had some issues with that.
Yep.
So as the judges are deliberating, what's going through my head is, did we make the right decision with the right product? Did we execute? You know, obviously I was disappointed with the way that our end product looked, but at the same time, you know, did we make some decisions that were a little bit more structurally sound?
I did notice over here, though, that they did do SSD and Prime, and that can be a challenge. You know, there's times where that acts almost like a bond breaker.
That bothers me a lot that we SSD'd and then put primer in. That's a technical mistake, okay? I don't understand why we don't have sharper edges, so that's a detraction over here. Over here, I have a gouge that is not repaired that got missed on that lip.
Definitely rattled that I missed that one key point.
They missed one. Secondly, they didn't smooth the patch.
Right.
But once again, what balances it out is he gets higher cred for the addressing the overhead repair correctly, 100% correctly.
Yep.
and a super sharp edge which got deluged with water that did not give way. You
Still
saw
looks
me
great.
touch it.
Yeah.
It stayed razor sharp. So those are the pluses. So guys, I'm telling you, I don't know how we're going to decide.
Okay, after much deliberation, we have a winner. And I can personally say I think this was probably the toughest choice in all of the competition.
Absolutely.
From all episodes to the finale.
Had the butterflies in my stomach. I was nervous.
With that said, the winner of Concrete Combat is...
I actually just put my head down and it was praying. Concrete Mike winner, Concrete Mike winner.
We didn't come here to lose. Period. That's the bottom line.
I didn't complete all the tasks. How did you forget that, Mike? You know better than that.
Concrete Mike and Kenyon.
I feel great when she said Concrete Mike and Kenyon. I couldn't do nothing but shake his hand, give him a hug. Hey, we did a good job.
I was overwhelmed with joy, something I never dreamed would happen. Long journey, and we're glad to be here.
Appreciate it, man.
Good job, man. Good job.
Appreciate it.
Good job, bro.
Appreciate the competition.
I was disappointed. What people look at it is the aesthetics of it. What does it look like? And ours, I mean, it was pretty obvious. Ours did not look as sharp as theirs did.
Judges, do you have anything you'd like to say?
As a contractor like yourselves, I probably would have approached it exactly the same way you guys did. It was a tough decision.
You guys are top-notch professionals. The type of work you did, 30 minutes to tackle these jobs and do what you did, just very impressive.
As I said before, it's an honor for you guys to be here in this competition. It was almost a tie. What you did brilliantly was attack an overhead repair, and the TapCon move, which was totally your out of the blue fault. As Dave said time and time again, that's a repair that will stay for many, many years. It's a great job, and I do applaud your efforts. Absolutely.
Let's give up one more round of applause to Mike and David. And I have a little something for you. Would like to congratulate
All right.
our
Give it up.
Concrete Combat champions.
To Concrete Mike and Kenyon, bravo, guys. You did a good job.
I'm gonna wear it proudly for the next month or two, and then I'm gonna have it on my hood ornament, so when I go bid jobs, they know that the best concrete guy in Florida is coming up to look at your property, Concrete Mike LLC. So don't worry about the competition, they can't touch us.
I bet you nobody else has an award like that.
So maybe next year we have a rematch.
Only thing I can tell them is come get this belt if you want it.
Bring it on.
Thanks for watching Concrete Combat.